This is episode 129 of the Battle of Ohio podcast. The Bengals are in the AFC Championship once again. Let's go. This is a strange new reality, and I'm not sure how to address it. The Browns, on the other hand, have a lot of work to do this offseason. Ha. Luckily, we got Joe Vorrell. Luckily, we got Joe Vorrell back from the Square Table Degenerates to talk about it. What's going on, Joe?
Nothing too much, man. Just, I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really thought about the Browns in several weeks. I've said many times, many Browns groups, and to many of my friends, that the 2020 season as an entirety, if you consider from March on when we first traded for Deshaun, this is easily the worst season I've ever remembered. Yes, that does include 0-16. I mean, because you end up this year, Stefanski needed to be fired. They're keeping the fucking guy to see if he's compatible with the quarterback. And we know he's not because he's a fucking idiot. So the Browns are going to go 4-13 next year. And we ain't got no fucking draft picks. So there's no hope for the future. We still got this idiot GM, this idiot fucking owner from Tennessee. So there's no hope. And yes, 100% this is worse than 0-16. So, I mean, as far as the Browns go, the Bengals, I mean, I'm with T-Star over here. I'm with Thomas, bro. I can't and all due respect to you, and I know you love your team, and I know, but we're in total hater mode this weekend. I don't want to ruin the prediction surprises, but I mean, I just can't at that point. But, but so how you doing, buddy?
I'm going to react to that. After the intro, because we got the intro, but I'm going to react to that like very answer after, because Joe, you're right about a lot. I disagree with you with one thing, but you're right about a lot. And I'm going to give you, go ahead, Steelers still suck. Go ahead, finish your intro, Kyle, so we can do this, because I really want to react to that.
Okay, well, I got two things to say because Joe, you asked me how we're doing. I'm doing great.
The playoffs, right.
I'm doing a lot.
Shut up,
but Thomas, the Steelers are keeping Matt Canada because why?
Oh, they are? Oh, Pittsburgh, you still suck. Go ahead, keep the music.
I got to find the music now that we're on this new thing. Here we go.
Welcome to the Battle of Ohio podcast, where we follow the revival of the historic rivalry between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
First of all, shout out to Mikey for showing up for the show. My vacation was great, Mikey. I got to watch the Bengals walk all the hell over the Buffalo Bills. And you know what? We got two Browns fans here today, so we'll probably spend plenty of the show talking about the Browns. We're also going to do predictions. That's part of the reason that we wanted to bring Joe on. But real quick, let's just talk about the Bengals because what's really weird is everybody believes in us now, and I'm scared, and I don't like this.
Right. Yeah, fuck y'all.
We're not the underdogs anymore, and I don't know how to handle it.
Y'all not even favorites. Like I can't even find a good bet. Like I waited too long to bet on y'all win the Super Bowl because like y'all like the second favorite team to win a Super Bowl. Like if I wasn't a Browns fan, I'd be like, yeah, the Bengals win the Super Bowl because Patrick Mahomes got one leg. I hate this.
They still got Travis Kelce.
I do not want Joe. I do not want the Bengals to win a Super Bowl for us. I don't want that to happen.
Well, I look at
my God, I don't want that to happen.
3 times in a row. You just don't beat teams 3 times in a row like that. Like remember that last Browns Bengals game? Remember that gut feeling you go ahead? It's like you had no gut feeling, but no way the Browns were going to win this. The gut just tells you. This game has that same feeling, bro. You just can't. And I know Kyle loves some Bengals, but it's just like there's too many people behind Burrow. He's too popular right now. Everything's too on their side. They're not the underdogs, people would argue. You know what I mean? So it's like when that whole thing shifts and he's not the underdog role, they don't have that, or gritty kind of thing, chickens come home to roost kind of shit. So we'll see.
I mean, Patrick Mahomes does have one leg, but it sounds like that sprain isn't as bad as the writers are writing out to be. It sounds like he's going to be pretty solid.
Good.
Right. You want to beat the best, and you don't want to beat fucking Chad Henne.
Exactly. Well,
exactly. You don't lose Chad Henne either.
You don't lose to him.
Speaking of
have you heard that? You guys are way too young to probably remember this. But back in 06, when the Henne played for Michigan, there was a group called the Dead Schembecklers, and they had a song called "Chad Henne is a bitch." Or so. It's so funny. You got to go back and see. I'll have to link it.
I would. That sounds hilarious. I very much remember 2006, Joe. I'm not that young, but I didn't really pay any attention to college football back then, so I probably wouldn't know anything about that. But Thomas, I understand where you're at because I was the exact same position when you guys played the Kansas City Chiefs back in the day. Like, a couple years ago, I was like, no, the Browns can't win a Super Bowl before us.
What kind of black magic did you do? What black magic did you do in 2020, Cal?
Well, I didn't do any black magic. The Browns just weren't that good.
Shut up. Yeah.
Well, that's how it is. I mean, out of all these teams in this area, the big four, the Browns, the Bills, the Bengals, and the Lions. We all want to be first. And once the Browns win it, go ahead. The rest of the three other teams can win it. The successful years, I don't care. But I don't want to be, after all these years of not winning it, I don't want to be the first team to. I don't want the Bengals to be the first team
I don't want the Bengals to be the first team. Let it be the Bills.
We joke about it all the time, but I mean the Lions and the Browns at least won an NFL title. I mean the Bengals and the Bills have never done that, so we have to acknowledge that. I mean, some people might say recency bias. Oh, what are the Browns doing now? But I mean, historically, the Bengals have never gotten there. Last year was a good couple things in there, but I just don't see Mahomes this year going down like that. I mean, he's so lockstep with Kelsey, and I watched that game, and are they dominating every play? Obviously not, but man, they do enough to where they just get it. And he's on a mission this year, man. How can you not love Kelsey? I know you call him Kelsey, I still call him Kelsey, but how can you not love him? What a fucking hog! Imagine. Here's a good one for you, Kyle. Would you rather throw aside their ages? Would you rather have Kelsey on the Bengals or Jamar Chase on the Bengals?
Would I rather have Kelsey or Chase? So I would rather have Jamar Chase. What?
Age don't matter, you said. If age didn't matter. So they're like the same age, hypothetically.
I suppose. I would rather have Jamar Chase, and the reason I would rather have Jamar Chase is because Joe Burrow is our quarterback. For the Bengals, I think Jamar Chase makes more sense than Travis Kelce. But I also do think that Travis Kelce is the greatest tight end of all time. And you saw the impact he made for the Chiefs against the Jaguars when Patrick Mahomes was out for that 98-yard drive. That was 90% Travis Kelce. So, like in a vacuum, if I'm like, I don't know, the Saints for like let's use Mikey as an example. If I'm the Saints, a team that I got, Andy Dalton or Jameis Winston or whoever at quarterback, and I just need like some great player, probably Travis Kelce at that point. But for the Bengals, I think Jamar Chase.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, they went to college together too, so the connection makes sense.
You know what's crazy about Travis Kelce though is that one thing I love about tight ends is that they get better as they get older. Tight ends they start to hit their stride at like 26, 27. How old is David Njoku?
25, probably. He's pretty young.
He's getting better, man. He's getting better. He's getting better and better every season.
I know his contract is about roughly the age of no longer being with the Browns.
No, they actually re-signed him in the offseason.
They gave him a big ass extension. Yeah.
There was a lot
no. It was I heard the trade rumors popping up again.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate or not. But
no, we ain't trading Njoku.
Last year before they signed the big extension,
we ain't trading Njoku. We ain't trading Njoku.
Hey, pause for a second, Joe. Can you move your head for a second?
Yeah.
Is that a Vinny Testaverde jersey?
Oh, that's a Mike Allstott jersey.
Oh, okay. That makes.
That's Nick Chubb, and Mike Allstott.
Okay, that makes more sense. Mike Allstott kind of like transcends fan bases. I thought I was like Testaverde, what? But okay. Oh, but he played for you guys for a little bit.
Yeah, before he went to the Ravens. Yeah, he kicked ass at the Ravens. That Browns team in '95, if they would never moved, they would have won 2-3 Super Bowls. No question about it. Not a single question about it. Belichick, Saban, all the Testaverde in that offense, and they would fuck. I know you guys were babies when that was happening, but I was a senior in high school in 1985 when they moved. And that's
because in '94 they made the playoff in that young team, and then 95 they felt like they got the rug pulled out of them when Merdell announced in the middle of the season that they're fucking gonna move.
That was so eerie back then going to, because what they did, they pulled all the advertising. There was not one advertising. So everywhere you went was just like black. It was like playing in a video game or walking in a video game, football game or something. It was so eerie, dude. You're never going to see an environment like that again. Ever.
That's actually that was such a huge thing that happened. That's actually, I believe, my first football memory is the Browns moving.
Oh, wow.
Wow. By the way, so what you said earlier, Joe, and I really want to address this, is that this is the worst Brown season for you ever. I do agree with you that this is worse than 2016. It's probably the worst of my lifetime. I'll probably argue that 1995 season when that 1995 season was pretty bad. But I think I'm with you. This season is probably the worst season. And it's not that they weren't, because they weren't bad. I think that's the thing that really frustrates you about being a Browns fan, is that they weren't bad this year. They weren't bad at all. They had some good wins. But that really frustrates you because they had so many fucking bad losses. And then we have this Deshaun Watson thing, which is in itself so many freaking layers that just beats on you as a fan. There's so many fucking layers of this.
And one of my biggest fucking pet peeves, and I hate when people do it, and I gotta address it every single fucking time they do it. And I don't want to get into this conversation when they say it, but like, oh, you guys got the rapist on, and then they're serious about it. I'm like, oh god, we gotta go here again. I gotta explain this the 35th fucking time. 35th, okay, 37. I guess we'll make it 38 now.
Like, we don't want to talk about it.
It's like, I don't make decisions. I'm not Jimmy Haslam. We just want to win, okay?
We just want to watch football.
Go read the fucking court transcripts if you want. Okay, well, he's not a rapist. He's never charged in court. That's all I got to say. I'm not going to defend it. But the constant, oh, man, May, April, June. Oh, it was death, dude. That was death. Oh, God, it was so horrible. Talking about
losing the same stuff. Losing the same stuff.
92 through the fan, everything. I don't know how those guys did it, just day in and day out, talk about the same shit and idiosyncrasies of some bullshit case. It's all whatever.
Dude, I couldn't imagine. They just sounded miserable. Like Ken Carmen literally had one episode where he was just yelling into the mic to the point where he was like, "This has literally ruined my entire summer. Like, y'all don't understand. This has ruined my entire summer. I am not qualified to be talking to this many lawyers. And I am not qualified." He was like, "I can't do this, man." And then you got to worry about, and then you got women listen to it. You got plenty of women listen to it. And then, you're a public face, and you got to be careful on everything you say. Even if you believe one thing or another, you have women out there who listen to it. You know how the media dramatics stuff. We all know how the media could dramatics any story, and people run with it. And we got Twitter and emotions and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to watch football.
Right.
We just want to watch. I love Deshaun Watson, the athlete. I love him. But I just want to get to the point where I can talk about Deshaun Watson, the football player. That's what I'm hoping to get to next year. And that's one of the hardest things about this year. On top of losing to Atlanta, on top of losing to the Saints, on top of losing to the Jets, which was just like fucking horrible. On top of all of that, on top of having every single fan base on fucking TikTok and Twitter laugh at us hysterically while we're just go to the games and suffer. The best moment of the year this year was beating the Bengals on Halloween. So fuck you, Cincinnati.
That's why going into next year, I don't give a fuck who we sign. I don't give a fuck what we do. I'm predicting 4-13 until my fucking head explodes because I'm not having no expectations. I'm not fucking going through this stupid shit again with this idiot fucking owner and this stupid GM, Paul Podesta, fucking Eric Berry, whoever the fuck is out there. Motherfucker in the money buzz. fucking playing baseball and fucking football. I hate to. You have no idea how much I hate Jimmy Haslam, dude. Sometimes I just want to I just contemplate for my mental health. Like, would it be worth it? Just go over there, just take him out. They'd probably give me 10 to 15, but at least we get a new owner there. You know what I mean? I can plead my way out and say it down a little bit. That's where I'm at right now with this, bro. That's where I'm at. It's just so fucking mind-boggling.
The Browns. So you said you're predicting 14-3 until your head falls off. The Browns have won.
He's not going to do anything. He's not a good coach. He just sucks. He just plain fucking sucks. People are like, wait to see. Wait to see what? There's nothing to fucking see. The guy is not a good coach. He just sucks.
Okay, look, hold up a minute. The Browns have won 14 games once, ever, and that was in 1948. And so, like, you can tell me, like, oh, Kevin Stefanski sucks, he sucks. But, like, y'all, compared to who?
Well, I mean,
man.
The problem starts at the top, and I've said this in the Browns group many times, is until the Tennessee guys are stuck. I mean, it's going to be 20 to 25 years of bad football until this guy goes, because this guy clueless on how to run a business, clueless on how to run a football team. I mean, he hires all these Harvard guys. If he hires one more Harvard guy, I'm just going to fucking burn every ticket I see. No more fucking Harvard guys. I don't even like talking about Harvard now. That's how much I fucking hate Harvard. Like, fuck these guys. Like, get some other school. Dartmouth, Brown. I fucking see Kennesaw State. Bring him in. I don't give a fuck. My God.
Obama went to Harvard. Yes, we can. Yo, all right. So look. Shut up.
Did he go for undergrad? I think he went for undergrad.
No, he went for law school. Yo, by the way, so look, speaking of football aspect of things, going to next year for Browns is just honestly, I think that their offense is going to be fine. I think we need to revamp that defense and go from there.
Defense scares me, dude. I mean, besides Miles, I mean, our defensive tackles are garbage. I mean, we had no linebackers. Our secondary,
we got the corners.
The secondary is serviceable. The secondary is the only defense I think it's even serviceable. The rest of it's really sketchy. Like you said, offense we're okay. The line's probably good. Maybe a little depth here or there. Maybe another wide receiver. And skill position's okay. And if Hassan does okay, it's fine. But yeah, that defense of ours, man, we need some. I don't. Maybe it's just a scheme. I don't know. Maybe we get the new guy in there. Like Swartz. That was a decent signing. I fuck with that. So maybe we could go 500. I don't fucking know, dude. It's we analyze this every year in the same shit. They just sucked in the fucking year. So
man, you gonna come to the show in August. You go like, all right, Thomas, all right, I'm feeling it. You're gonna watch like 2 preseason games. You're gonna be like, look, man, fuck Cincinnati, fuck Joe Burrow's ass. Deshaun Watson's coming up. Deshaun Watson's gonna have a great preseason. You're gonna be like, Deshaun Watson, baby. You're gonna come in on August. You're gonna be like, all right, cool.
Deshaun Watson this, Deshaun Watson that, but like I'm pretty sure the one game that we've actually beaten you guys in recently was with Deshaun Watson.
Yes. But here's the thing, Kyle. I mean, like you were right about him being rusty, but even still, like even him being rusty, he really didn't play that bad for real. Well, he had 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and 2 rushing touchdowns. So he had 9 touchdowns in 6 games. He went 3 for. He won 3 games and lost 3 after missing 2 years. I mean,
I'm not gonna defend anything Deshaun did this year. I mean, the guy sucked. What do you want me to say? I like the guy. I want him to succeed. I want the Browns to succeed. But this year he didn't. I mean, it was the rust.
I mean, he flashes.
Any person in America went through that kind of offseason that he did would have had the same year. I mean, there was no way. In hindsight, dude,
I think it would have worse.
All that public pressure, everything he went through, everything the Browns went through, everything the fans went through, the suspension, then the resuspension, then the unsuspension, then the super suspension. There was no way this season in hindsight was going to work. With the
he couldn't focus. I'm happy he didn't get a year so he could play now and kind of like get all the cobwebs out so he can start next year fresh.
I really fucking hated pissing away another year though. That's the thing that pisses me off the most. Prime year.
I know. You knew it was over though. Like that's the whole thing. We all knew the season was over, and that's the problem. Is that they just keep on giving us hope. They just hang around all season.
You know, goddamn year next. You could, if you run in the tape, fucking record right now. You know, goddamn year next year Stefanski's gonna suck. The guy sucks. He's not gonna win anything. If they win more than 6 games next year, I will be surprised. Stefanski is not a good coach. He just can't win anything. And like you said, the problem starts at the top. So I mean, what the Browns need is like how the Cleveland baseball team got the Tito Francona problem. Terry Francona is one of the best managers of all time Major League history. It's undoubtedly. Yeah. Without that guy, that team would have been fucking last place all the time. We need something like that. We need something like that to fucking buffer from the shit management. We got like Haslam and the Dolans and all those fucking shit owners we got in Cleveland. We need a once in a miracle lifetime of super coach, or else it's just gonna be fucking mediocrity from here on out and losing seasons. That's all I can say. I mean, you got to find a workaround. It's like when you have a government job and there's that lazy fat fucking car doesn't do anything, but he can't get fired, so he's got to work around him. So everybody else picks up like 20% more. That's all we got to figure out some way. Work around this fucking idiot.
Okay, we can get the predictions in a second, but right before we get the predictions, I want to say this. Joe brings up a great point. The thing is about the Browns this year that they have going against them that they didn't have any other year is that there are two other sports teams in Cleveland that would I'll trade Dalton for Brissett. Yeah, that's a smart move.
No.
But there are two other teams. There are two other teams in Cleveland that are doing well. So if the Browns are bad, they're just bad. We can root for the Cavs. We can root for the Guardians.
The funny
Both of them are fine.
The Browns are so bad, and you listen to sports talk, and the other teams will be doing good, and they never talk about the other teams. We want the Browns to do good so bad that we completely ignore the good teams in town. That's how fucked up.
We just completely out of the all exist.
Right.
Like the Guardians are probably going to win 95 to 100 games this year. The Cavs are going to win 45 to 50 games this year. The Browns won 7. So I have a chance to see 150 wins with the other teams or 7 from the Browns.
Right, and none of them at home either.
I'll get the predictions. I'm ready. We're doing predictions or anything else we want to talk about the Bengals. Anybody heard?
You know what's nice? I figure we can just wait until predictions to talk about the Bengals because the Bengals are playing this weekend.
All right, cool. Well, shut the fuck up. All right, so let's do the other game. Let's start with the other game first. Let's start with the other game first.
You know what? Actually, before we get into that though, I want to hear your take on the Lamar Jackson situation. Joe. Like, where do you think Lamar Jackson plays next year?
I think I've thought a lot about the Lamar thing because it's like obviously the Deshaun contract really, really affected the Lamar situation. He's going to watch
the best part about the Deshaun Watson trade.
At least $2 million guarantee the guy's going to watch, and Bashadi's not going to give it to him. There's no fucking way. I mean, he's going to go up to 150 million max guaranteed. I think he's going to play somewhere else next year. If I'm a betting man, boy. I mean, there's a whole make a splash thing. Vegas needs a guy. We'll see. I mean, I think Vegas will try to swing for the fences of Brady. I think Brady will end up retiring. And I mean, it's just a gut feeling. I think he goes to Vegas, man. Because him out there with, what's his name? What's that guy he used to play for the Devontae Adams? Oh, that'd be a fucking long range. Awesome. And then if you got Lamar and then Josh Jacobs and then Devontae going deep and then Darren Waller over the middle. That's a nice little team right there. So we'll see.
Well, I got to say, I was thinking Jets, but like the rumors are lately, especially after they hired what's his name, Nathaniel Hackett as the offensive coordinator. I'm thinking they might actually end up going after Aaron Rodgers now.
I heard that. I heard the Rodgers to the Jets. I wonder how many picks they'd want. I mean, if I'm the Jets, the guy's he's gonna be 41. You can't give up 2 number ones for him. So, I mean,
man, what's going on with football? Where it's becoming like this, man? Quarterbacks just stay where they're at for like 20 years.
Well, the thing with the guys in the playoffs now, if I were to give you 100 names to say, okay, give me 100 names you think of guys who could be a quarterback in the AFC and AFC Championship games, I guarantee you at the beginning of the year you would not put Brock Purdy in that fucking list, and then here we are.
I actually leading up to the draft, I was really high on Brock Purdy as a 7th round pick. Like I was like, this guy, I think like I wanted the Bengals to pick him up as a backup quarterback because I'm like, I think this guy is a little underrated. I was not thinking he would be doing this, but you end up in San Francisco where the quarterback situation just kind of happens this way. He had an opportunity, took advantage of it. But I felt like a lot of people were sleeping on Brock Purdy because like I remember like in the recruiting class, Brock Purdy was talked about as one of the best, one of the best high school recruits in that recruiting class, and then he totally fell off of the map at Iowa. But I don't know. I felt like people were kind of sleeping on Purdy in the draft.
See, I never try and argue with Kyle about stats.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Before he came up, I never heard of the guy before he came in.
Like who the hell analyzed the seventh round of the draft? Like, I was just like, he would just be a great pick in the seventh round. The seventh round.
I was gonna get
the seventh round.
Right? It's just not fair. Well, they got so many weapons going in 49. Dude, on that offense, just think of all the weapons they have.
Man, this is Cleveland, man.
Dude, they had the best fullback in the league in Juszczyk, Medina Zone, Kyle Juszczyk. Then you got
that guy.
Jeffrey back there, and then you got Ayuk out there. You just not even forget about Keitel. You still got Debo. He's like a fucking Swiss Army knife. Debo Samuel is one of my favorite players to watch in NFL. He's so They put him in the backfield. They throw him out in the slot. They throw him out wide. Oh, he's fucking awesome to watch, dude.
Yeah, he's pretty nice.
What a great offense they got in San Francisco. Man, if the Browns could have something like that, that'd be beautiful.
Well, I mean, we did have that. We had that coach.
Yeah, it's all about the coach. And that defense, too, in San Francisco. I love their defense, man. I really do. But not even Bosa withstanding, but, man, their defense just swarms and tackles when it needs to. I really fuck with their defense, man.
I just hope we can beat them when we see them in 2 weeks.
So you're working for the Ickey Woods era of the Super Bowls. I got a funny Ickey Woods story. So I try to get all these guys on my show, right? And Ickey Woods had a Facebook, so I messaged him. And then the one time, I think his account got hacked because I say, "Hey, you want to be on the show?" And he's like, "Oh, sure." And they say, "No, do you hear about?" I gotta find this message. Let me find this message while we're bullshitting. I gotta find this Ickey Woods message. See if it's still here.
So while Joe's looking for that, I'll just mention Mikey said Chris Olave got snubbed from Rookie of the Year, and that's absolutely true. He should have been in there.
With the Rookie of the Years, who's on the list for Rookie of the Year this year?
Let me see, fucking finalists.
Yeah, I don't even know who won it.
I'm here to tell you. Well, they haven't. They're not going to announce it until I think February. But I'm here to tell you right now, Brock Purdy's winning Rookie of the Year. Like go home, everybody else. And it's not because I think Brock Purdy is necessarily the best rookie. It's because narrative wins when it comes to these awards. Narrative always wins, and Brock Purdy has by far and away the best narrative. So Brock Purdy is going to win Rookie of the Year. Other than that, there's Kenneth Walker from the Seahawks, Garrett Wilson from the Jets. And then, like I said, Brock Purdy from the 49ers. There's two other guys. Chris Olave was not on that list, and he probably should have been, but probably a snub, I would say.
What bets do you have for this weekend, Joe? What do you think? Who would you bet on having a touchdown this weekend? I'd probably say Jamar Chase and Travis Kelce for sure. I think those two are gonna go at it. I'm expecting some offense to Kansas City, and I think that
I think Keitel gets in the end zone this week.
Yeah.
How long it's been? They've been wanting to get Kyle Juszczyk in the end zone for a minute. They tried last week. They like getting fullbacks touchdowns, so that's I wouldn't go out and bet it if you didn't want to potentially lose your money, but if you want a flyer, man, that'd be a nice one.
All right, let's see. Let me look at this game real quick because I could probably get this. I'll probably
what's the spread? What's the spread in the over/under on that San Francisco?
I'm looking at it right now. So for San Francisco, the spread is the Eagles by 2.5, and the spread I'm betting Jack haven't come out yet for the Bengals and the Chiefs.
The Bengals and Chiefs spread keeps jumping back and forth. The Bengals are favored by 1 and the Chiefs are favored by 1, and it keeps jumping back and forth. So that one we're probably not going to find out what the true spread is until right before game time.
Oh, look at you paying attention at betting too. Have you made any bets yet? Are you betting behind our bet, Cal? I'm
a video editor for a sports betting channel, Thomas.
Okay, so never mind. So I'm gonna go with yes. You have been betting.
I did bet on, and I was so pissed. I can't remember if I had a chance to mention this on this podcast. I know I mentioned it on my channel, but I was so pissed because I bet on the Bengals-Ravens game because I got the $200 in free bets, right, that they were doing for Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it on a prop bet, which was the Bengals and Ravens both scoring a touchdown and a field goal in each half. And I came within one single field goal of getting that. I was so mad. It was now again, it was free money, so I didn't actually lose anything. But I could have won $6,000 if that had hit, and then I got nothing because like there was minus one field goal. I'm like, are you kidding me? And it was mostly because the Bengals were like slowing down at that point and really just trying to manage the clock.
All right, so I found the Ickey Woods message. I thought this guy was Ickey Woods at one point, and I write, "Hey man, just checking to see if there's any interest on this interview at all. Hope all is well." And they said all is great. And then out of nowhere, he goes, "Hello, how are you doing today and family?" I should have thought the way he said that was a little odd. And I said, "Doing amazing, brother. How about yourself? Good to hear. Am doing pretty good. Enjoying moment of life." And I really should have thought when he said that there was something up. I said, "How is the schedule looking? Would you be free for an interview in the next couple of weeks?" He says, "Not really." And then this is where it gets funny. He says, "Do you by any chance heard anything about the Fed government grant?" So Ickey Woods' one account is hacked. And the other one I had sent the same thing to, and he said, "I do interviews," and then they just looked at the show, and then the message just sits there. So I don't think Ickey Woods is ever going to be on the show. But I mean, I talked to two different Ickey Woods accounts, and one was probably hacked. So there you go on Ickey.
Probably why you got two, because one got hacked.
Right.
Well, you get Ickey Woods on your show, I'll watch that one.
With that said,
we did talk about the Eagles. What did you guys think about the Eagles?
Well,
I think the Eagles are
good, but how good are they?
Well, the Eagles have it's really hard to say because like they were going up against the Giants, right? Like what is the standard really going on there? Like I don't know. I think the Eagles are really damn good, and we saw it throughout the season. Their running game is just like there's so much talent. I mean, you got Miles Sanders, you got Boston Scott, you got Kenneth Gainwell. I mean, like those three guys, just mind-boggling that they have all three of those guys. Like two of those guys could be starters on a lot of other NFL teams, and then Kenneth Gainwell, he's a rookie, but still, like I don't the main thing with the Eagles is I keep having this feeling that the other shoe's going to drop with Jalen Hurts. Like it hasn't yet, and he very well might win MVP just because of what happened this season. When Jalen Hurts was not there, the Eagles were not the same football team. So he has such a call for the MVP. I just wonder, is he going to make it past that San Francisco defense? And if he does, is he going to make it past that Bengals defense? And those are the only two questions I have because there's not going to be another scenario.
Well, I think the NBA, I think the NFL champion, the Super Bowl champion, is going to come out of AFC anyway. I think the AFC Championship is the Bengals and Chiefs game. I'm sitting here thinking about it. I'm with you on Jalen Hurts. I think he's good. I think the Eagles are a great team, but I just had this feeling that the Eagles played in AFC. I don't think they would have the success they have right now. I just don't. I just don't think they would have the same success they're having right now.
Yeah,
I think it depends on what division they're playing in.
I don't think they're as just good as their record is. It's like they played the NFC was so randomly weak this year, like top to bottom. I don't think any of those teams were really that good until these Niners came up, man. It's like, the Vikings were trash, dude. Like you said, the Giants, Packers. I mean, there's so many the Cowboys. They were dismembered. I mean, just such garbage teams had such phenomenal records in the NFC. I think a lot of those records were artificially inflated just because of the, shit talent and competition. Like you said, the Eagles, who did they even play? They played the bye week. So it's like, I really think the Niners are going to come on strong. It should be a good game. I think there's a small potential for a Niners blowout here. I really do. It's probably going to be something like, 24-21 Niners, something like that. But
is that your prediction, 24-21 Niners?
Yeah, let's roll with that, 24-21 Niners.
So you got, well, I guess just by definition there, you would have the Niners covering the spread because you got them winning.
Yeah, they're going to be whatever whoever wins the game is going to cover spread, in my opinion. It's not going to be like a 1 point or 2 point game.
Okay. So if okay, interesting. So you think it's going to be like, big one way or the other?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What about you, Thomas? What you got for this game?
I'm gonna go with the Niners too.
Okay.
As well. What is the spread on Niners? Oh, it's 1.5. Yeah, I'll take that in the spread. He's right. Yeah, I'll take the spread on Niners. If I was betting on this game, I'll take the money line and I'll take the spread. Looks like that's kind of I'll take the spread on that. I'll definitely take the money line actually. On the Niners. As far as what I think is happening, I'm with you. I just think the Niners defense is gonna find a way to stop Hurts. I know the Philadelphia Eagles have multiple levels of players that are just like great on defense as well as offense. I know that their defensive line is insane. They're gonna give Brock Purdy some problems, but something about that offense, something about Shanahan, something about Purdy. That all those weapons, McCaffrey. Yeah, I gotta go with the Niners. The Niners are the best team. Is the best team outside of quarterback in the league.
I'm really kind of conflicted on this one because like I think I agree with you guys that I think the 49ers are gonna win. I don't think they cover that. It's a small spread. I still don't think they cover it, but I do think they win. I'm a terrible sports betting video editor. Apparently, can one of y'all explain to me what a money line is?
It means that you outright think they're going to win.
Oh, okay. So there we go. I'm not touching the spread. I'll take the Niners on the money line, but I don't.
The spread is 1.5 though. So you don't think they're going to win by more than 1 point?
The spread's 2.5.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. It matters what app you look at. Fine. If you got 2.5, then fine. That's fine.
Okay. And I'm also taking the under because I think it's going to be a very defensive game. Like Philly and San Fran have very good defenses.
Great. Right. Top two defenses in the NFL at least.
Yeah.
Top five. Great defense.
So my biggest concern here is like the reason that I don't really want to hardcore commit to San Fran is because I just don't think Brock Purdy's playing as good as everybody thinks he is. I could see the Eagles winning because Purdy throws a pick or two, but I'm taking San Francisco here, but I'm not like super confident in that.
Okay.
All right. So moving to the second game, the AFC Championship game, KC versus the Bengals. Kyle, we know who you got, but what do you think is going to happen in this game, bro? What do you think is going to be the flow of the game? How do you think it's going to turn out?
Okay, so I mean, obviously, I think the Bengals are going to win. I will say, with how much people seem to be, it seems to be right now a hot take to say that the Chiefs are going to win. So I'm a little scared. Like I'm a little concerned that the Bengals aren't going to have that underdog kind of narrative to kind of motivate them. And when they do that, they tend to not play quite as well. Like I've seen them like when they actually get to a point where they're a legit team, they kind of have a tendency to kind of I don't know if it's not prepare as hard or something, but they just kind of get in their own way when they become one of those top teams. So I'm a little concerned. I do think that they win it though, because everybody's downplaying the Patrick Mahomes injury, but I would be shocked if it doesn't limit his mobility, which is a big part of his game. The Bengals are ball hawks when it comes to playing against Patrick Mahomes. That's another big one right there. And then just Joe Burrow is playing so efficient lately, and I haven't seen the Chiefs defense do a damn thing against him his entire career. So I think this is going to be another one of those examples of whatever the over is, I hammer the over. I think this is going to be a very high scoring game between both teams. I think the Bengals are going to pull it off in the end. It's going to come down to it always comes down to with the Bengals in the playoffs. It's going to come down to a late Joe Burrow drive and then a big turnover at the end.
You got a score for us? What do you think the score is going to be?
Let's go. 37-34.
So that's a shootout. That'd be a game for the ages. That's a game I like to see.
That sounds like fun. That does sound like fun.
They had a 37-34 game. Like one of those recent games they played with the Chiefs was 37-34. And that's kind of why I didn't want to pick it, because I didn't want to pick the same score. But I do think both teams are going to go over 30.
Jacob Conley. I'm on Facebook. I was this is the first time we've really done this because it's been a couple weeks for these guys, but I was 8-2 on Facebook, I think. I predicted the wild card weekend I was 5-1, and then last weekend I was like 3-1, I think. Was there 3 games? I can't remember. I've done pretty good so far in the playoffs.
I like the trash talk here, Conley.
So, all right, a couple bets. Do you think so? The over under for Joe Burrow on touchdowns, according to Bet Jack app, is 1.5. You think Joe Burrow get more than 1.5 touchdowns? Would you make that bet?
Oh yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
I don't think he gets one. Take the under in it.
The under in that?
Yeah, because they're going to run the ball a lot too, I think.
What about Brock Purdy? Brock Purdy's also 1.5.
I'd take the under on that.
Jalen Hurts.
Boy, that's right on the edge. Now, does he if he runs one in, does that count for him too or no?
Nah. No, it's passing. He's a passing touchdowns.
You know what? Take the over. I'll take the over on that.
Yeah. Okay.
For Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. No, I'm going under. I'm going under because that San Francisco defense.
All right.
Especially because I think he'll probably get like 2 or 3, but it'll be like 2 rushing touchdowns or something.
So for me, for this Bengals game, so I'm struggling with this Bengals game. I'm going back and forth from this. I'm with you, Kyle. I really think that that Patrick Mahomes' leg injury is a problem, but I do think that adrenaline can help. I get like my knees were just bothering me for a minute. I sprained my knee, and I was like, yeah, my knee kind of hurt, and then I broke my wrist. I knew what real pain was. So I mean, I don't know how much pain Patrick Mahomes is in, and I don't know what's going on. Patrick Mahomes, I do even know if I want to make a bet on this, so I'm not sure. But I still just think that he got enough in the tank because he's freaking Patrick Mahomes. He still found a way to win that game last week. He still always finds a way to win games. He still got that arm. He's still magic. And like Joe said, it's really hard to beat a team 3 times in the NFL. It's really hard. I know you guys have been beating them, but it's really hard to keep on beating teams 3 times. And it's really hard to beat them twice. So, especially a team like with Patrick Mahomes.
Oh, he's coming for you guys, man. Mahomes is
I'm not sure, man, but he's ready for y'all. I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm doing it, Kyle. Even though I said that I'm taking the Bengals to win the Super Bowl, I'm going back on my pick, Kyle. I'm taking the Chiefs.
All right, then. So, hey, Joe, Thomas, fun fact. Joe, his first name is actually he's got the same first name as Patrick Mahomes' father.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're Patrick Mahomes' dad? Tell him the ball out on Sunday.
I'm telling this to me at $500,000, I'll be set for life.
$500,000. You just want $500,000 is all you want.
I'm not picky, bro. I'm not picky, bro.
$500,000, the best quarterback in the NFL. Hey, just give me $500,000, son.
Not a picky man.
Man's probably net worth $450 million. Just give me $500,000, son.
There's a lot of taxes in that, Tom. There's a lot of taxes in that, bro. They take out like half that shit. So that $450 million contract, he's probably getting fucking 220 of that, you know?
He probably had like $275 million.
A lot of fucking
lucky
money.
bastard.
Right? Imagine what you do, that kind of money, dude. Just walk down the street. Like anybody, that's the thing too, man. The more rich you get, the more easier it is to make money. You know, somebody like Mahomes, they'd be like, hey, I want to be in your show. And they'd be like, all right, $750. You can just do an hour show fucking 5 times a night, you know? Make a bunch of money.
Man, do whatever the fuck you want. Make fucking Patrick Mahomes. You got to work another day of his life. You just walk in the bar, go up to a girl, go like, hey, I'm Patrick Mahomes, bitch.
Right?
And just walk out.
Have to say that. He can sit there and they'll come to him. Shit.
I actually found a picture of his father Joe.
Ding.
Oh.
Hey, I'll tell you what, Joe Burrow does have some serious fucking style. He's what? Hey, Joe Burrow was what we wanted Baker Mayfield to be so bad, and it just didn't never materialize. It never did. I mean, that flashy substance guy, getting the job done, and it just never happened. And we passed up Patrick Mahomes. And
Deshaun Watson.
Oh, my goodness.
So where are you on the spread, Thomas?
What's the spread for the game?
I believe it's at the moment. It's probably not going to stay this way because it keeps fluctuating. But at the moment, it's a point in favor of the Chiefs.
Point in favor of the Chiefs. I'll take the Chiefs. I'll take the spread. I'll take the Chiefs and I'll take the spread. I'll take that point. Obviously.
I mean, I don't think if they're going to win, I don't think they can win by less than a point. So
they're not going to tie. Yeah, I'll take the Chiefs in the spread. Like that's the easy one.
I don't know about that. What about you, Joe? What's your pick?
I got the Chiefs winning this. Like I said a couple times earlier, I think Mahomes is just gonna ball out. I mean, his sidearm and the way he just gets shit done, and you can just tell in his gut he's gunning for the Bengals this year. I think
it'll be under
46. Is that right?
I was right 1 point over what I was going to predict. I think it's going to be like 20. It's probably going to be like 30-17. The Chiefs. It'll be like 20-17, like coming down the last wire, and there'll be some kind of mistake, and the Chiefs will get another quick touchdown, something like that. But I think the Chiefs do win it. And it'll be kind of close towards the end. But I think there'll be a couple random mistakes, that people don't think, fumble here, interception there, kind of thing. And I think. I just think the Chiefs and the Niners are going to be there, man. It's going to be a wild Super Bowl. And I will admit, for full disclosure, 10 to 20% of that pick is just me being a hater. But, you got to do what you got to do. Like I said, of those 4 teams, I want the Browns to be the first one.
What do you guys think? I saw somebody on Twitter posing this question. But what do you think would be the most compelling and least compelling matchup of all, I think, was it 4 possible Super Bowl matchups?
The most compelling for me would be shit, I hate to say this. It would be the Bengals versus the Eagles. I think that'd be a fun little matchup. Bengals and 49ers. I think that'd be fun. I think Bengals and 49ers would be fun.
Bengals Eagles would be the 2019 LSU versus Alabama rematch with Hurts versus Burrow.
And that's the one I really don't want to see. I really don't want to see Bengals Eagles. I don't. Most compelling would probably. I mean, honestly, even though I picked them to lose, most compelling would probably be, rematch the Super Bowl. What was that, 23 or whatever? Niners Bengals. That'd probably be the most compelling.
So it sounds like we can all agree that the Chiefs are boring.
The Chiefs have already been there. They've already won it. And I mean, none of the other teams really. I mean, it's been a while for the Niners to win. It's been a while since the.
Patrick Mahomes is nice though. I do want to see Chiefs a Chiefs Niners Super Bowl. That'd be fun to watch because then it'll be like a rematch.
So Jim's NFL 7 has a question. I think for you guys. I'm not entirely sure what he means by this question because he asked, would you prefer the Bengals lose now? Oh, no. Okay, so would you guys rather the Bengals lose this AFC Championship that's upcoming or see them go 0-4? So I guess lose 3 more Super Bowls.
Oh, 100% lose now. I don't want to see them get – I predicted –
I guess it would lose 1 more Super Bowl because they –
No, I don't want y'all to go 0-4 in Super Bowl.
If I'm being honest, I don't want to see Joe Burrow ever get the Super Bowl ever fucking again. I mean, it'd be on this year. I want to see the Browns dominate and get up there. Fuck Joe Burrow. I love the guy, but
fuck that pretty motherfucker.
Right, end of the day, I'm a Browns fan. I mean, I'm not
every single
in any capacity whatsoever. If I'm being honest,
I gotta leave fucking Ohio because I can't compete with that man.
I will answer that question for myself because I assume it was directed for you guys. But I mean, me personally, I like if the Bengals win on Sunday and then lose the Super Bowl. I said last year, after watching the Bengals go to the Super Bowl and then lose to the Rams, it hurt. It sucked. The Bengals losing to the Rams. But, dude, we were in every single week that the NFL existed last year. I got to talk about the Bengals all the way through the end of the season, all the way up to the Super Bowl. It was the most fun I'd ever had in the NFL season before. So it's if we go to the Super Bowl every year and lose, I'm okay with that. It would suck. I want to win, but at the same time, I'd rather have a shot at it than not make it.
Kyle, the Cavs didn't win in 2016. Every single one of those finals. If the Cavs went 0-4 against the Warriors in the finals, they would not be loved right now.
Yeah.
People.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, people be dude. Come on, man. Like the Cavs made it 4 straight NBA finals, lost all 4, and one of them Kyrie Irving left. Man, dude.
That 2016 Cavs win changed so much stuff that people don't even realize. That would have been a Warriors dynasty. They would have been probably one of the best considered NBA teams of all time if we didn't do that. You know what I mean? It was what a phenomenal comeback from 3-1. Ah, how beautiful. I mean,
a small market too, like Cleveland. You're talking about and then after that you see Toronto win, and you see Milwaukee
win.
One
championship changes so much. Imagine if the Bills
changes the whole landscape of the NBA.
It does. Imagine if the Bills won it in 90 or 91 or something and beat the Cowboys, or imagine if the Bills won one of those games, how different Buffalo would be, how different the NFL would have turned out. There's a lot of things just that when a small city wins that one championship out of that, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so it seemed like that's why I'm with you, what you said. The Bengals cannot fucking win a fucking Super Bowl. They cannot be the first team out of those 4 cities to win a Super Bowl. If it's gonna be if it's not gonna be us, let it be Detroit or Buffalo. Because at least in those 2 places, weed is legal. But it cannot be in Cincinnati, man. Fuck y'all.
Okay, listen, Thomas. I'm gonna answer the question that I posed earlier about which one would be the most or least compelling matchup. First of all, and I kind of want to echo what Jim NFL 7 here said. Regardless of how you feel about the Bengals winning the Super Bowl or whatever, we just the Chiefs can't get away with it again, man. Fuck the Chiefs, honestly. Fuck the Chiefs and fuck the Chiefs fan base. And I'm y'all might not agree with this, but this week the Bengals are America's team because America hates Brittany Mahomes and America hates Jackson Mahomes, and in general, America is tired of the Kansas City Chiefs. So
I'm tired of Bengals, man. I'm tired of Joe Burrow's pretty ass.
I don't think the Chiefs are as hated as you'd think. I mean, I would say
Patrick Mahomes' family is as hated as I think they are.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, I don't really see much of that coverage, I guess. I mean, I don't Mahomes to me is just one of those transcendent players, dude. He's just, and I know Burrow potentially could get there, but Mahomes is just, he's like watching poetry in motion. He's going to be top 5, or he might be top 2 or 3 by the time it's all said and done. I mean, the guy's a fucking animal, dude. He just gets it done. The guy's a winner, you know what I mean?
No, I mean, I agree. He's top 2 in the NFL right now.
Wait, real quick. We don't got to talk about the Steelers today, do we? We don't got to talk about the Steelers today, do we? We don't got to talk about the Steelers. We're going to talk about them.
We do. But there's not much to talk about. The only thing to talk about right now is Matt Canada's back, and why are the Steelers I don't understand. I don't understand. The only thing I think we might have talked about this on the last podcast, but the only thing I can think about with the Steelers is they just want to keep things the same for Kenny Pickett. But other than that, you can't justify that. The Steelers offense was so horrendous for half of the year this year. And I mean, beyond that, I guess they got a little bit better, but it's mostly because Kenny Pickett started getting a little bit better. And I don't understand how you keep Matt Canada around, especially with how much he's hated by Steelers fans.
What do you think of Kenny Pickett, Joe?
I don't mind Kenny Pickett. I mean, he's I don't know. I think he's better. He's the best they got on the team. He's better than Rudolph and Trubisky. I mean, he wins games. I mean, what can I say about that? I mean, the guy gets the fucking job done. I mean, he's not a Pro Bowler yet. I don't know if he may. I mean, if he does stick around for a 10-year career, he'd probably make 1 or 2. He's not gonna be a Hall of Famer, I don't think. But I mean, he's the type of guy. If you got a good team around him, he could definitely win shit. I mean, they get a couple. They lost a lot of. They got no more. There's there's an air of just blah in the air in Pittsburgh. Like a lot of those Steelers fans really don't want nothing to do with Mike Tomlin anymore. They're like, this guy hasn't won a playoff game in fucking one game in 6 years, something like that. I mean, it's
he ain't no talent.
Right. I mean, it's once Ben left. I mean, it's like, a lot of the stuff. I mean, they got some decent players on the defense. I mean, they fucking make it for Patrick, TJ Watt.
No, dude. Like what he's doing with that talent compared, like if we're being completely honest, the Browns have more talent than the Steelers do, but the Steelers finished with a better record.
Well, Steelers got better coaching staff, even with fucking Matt Campbell.
Exactly.
And this is a wild thing to say, but you take the exact coaching staff the Steelers have and switch them with the Browns. The fucking Browns are probably in the playoffs right now. That's how bad the Browns coaching staff is. And the Browns would even get it done under Matt Canada. I guarantee you Deshaun would have probably won a couple more games. Same thing with the fucking Jacoby. Even as bad as Canada is, because he probably would have at least ran the fucking ball, right?
Defense would have played better.
Oh boy, would have. Jeez.
God, man, can you imagine giving Mike Tomlin, Myles Garrett?
I would love to have Mike Tomlin and the Browns fucking sidelines. I could be a great coach for the Brownies, bro. Fuck.
Oh, dude, he'd just be wrecking shit up,
right?
At least Garland hit my parlay for me. Thank you, Garland.
I don't think Mike Tomlin would have worked with the Browns. And the reason I say that is I know he had a lot of other problems, but look at a guy like Freddie Kitchens, right? Like he had a similar kind of mentality, the way he wanted to run his team that Mike Tomlin has. And it just completely blew up in his face. And the reason is, I think you alluded to it earlier, Joe. It's a systemic problem. It's a top-down problem with the Browns. And it's like, you can't have that kind of that's why I like Kevin Stefanski as a Browns head coach, because he's kind of like that no-nonsense type of, like Mike Zimmer style of mindset. Whereas Mike Tomlin just lets, dudes go out there and, yeah, y'all remember 2018.
Did you just compare Mike Tomlin to Freddie Kitchens?
Yes, I did. My point is, I think Freddie Kitchens would have been just fine in a competent organization. Now, I don't think he would have been as good as Mike Tomlin. No, I'm not trying to say that. What I'm trying to say is, stylistically, from the way they like to run their teams, Freddie Kitchens takes after that kind of Mike Tomlin type of philosophy. And Mike Tomlin on the Browns probably would have been ran out in 2 or 3 years. Like they run out all of their other coaches.
Hey, I got a good question for you, Thomas. Out of all the Browns coaches since we came back, which would you have taken this year to coach the Browns? Like I say, you pick any Browns coach that we've had since we came back.
Can I give you a coaching staff that I would take?
Sure.
I would take the 2014 Mike Pettin coaching staff.
Okay.
I would take that coaching staff.
I would go with Mangini in 2010. I think Mangini would have fucked.
No, I thought Mangini was fine too. I thought Mangini got a bad rap.
Honestly. If I'm being honest, I thought Mangini had a really bad rap in this time.
Oh yeah, I thought he had a bad rap too. I thought they got the coaches. Excuse me. I thought 2014 was a good balanced coaching staff. But if I were to redo anything in 2014, even still, I still thought the coaching staff, I thought Mike Pettin and Shanahan worked so well together, and they just had this buffoon that they were forced to be married to. They tried their best to hide Manziel, and man, it worked for 10 weeks.
Remember that? Remember we were I think we were in first place.
7-4.
Remember that? 2014 was last time we were probably in first place, close to it. Remember that Thursday
Yeah, they were 7-4.
It was Thursday night against the Bills. Remember that? And Hoyer broke his leg. Remember that? Oh, it was.
Oh, dude, no, that was the year before. But yes, I do remember that.
Oh,
and that fucking sucked. But the very next, and that was when they had Chud, and they fired him too early. But I just feel like
Chud got such a raw deal. They didn't give him.
He had such a raw. He didn't even get a chance.
It's funny. When Brian Hoyer was doing good for the Browns, Brian Hoyer's from North Olmsted, where I'm from, and the school, it's fucking literally 5 doors down. They put up a big sign that said Brian Hoyer went to school here when he was doing good with the Browns. It was funny.
Yeah, man. They went 7. They started season off 7-4, man. And they started Johnny Manziel.
First place too.
And they didn't lose. They didn't win a game. They didn't win a game after they started Johnny Manziel.
7-4 to 7-9, right? Only in fucking Ohio.
Fuck
that's
that
a
guy.
good question, Kyle. What do you think about Sean Payton going to some of these teams? I think that's way too much they're asking because they heard like 2 first rounders. Some of these guys are trying to give up.
I think that's it. Goes right along with what I was kind of saying about Browns coaches. I just like head coach is a head coach, man. Like you can have the greatest head coach in the world, and he's not going to overcome organizational problems. He's not going to overcome player problems. Like you might get a guy like Mike Tomlin, admittedly, very good coach, and I think he's gotten the absolute most he can possibly get out of, like this system that he's built in Pittsburgh. Unfortunately, I think he's built kind of maybe like a system that kind of like had a small chance of actually hitting, and when it didn't hit, it kind of toppled over, and that was kind of how I kind of felt about Sean Payton. The difference is Sean Payton got himself a Super Bowl ring before everything kind of toppled over. Now, I think it would be a shame for any team that wants to be competitive anytime soon to go get Sean Payton because he's not going to be the missing piece. And the problem is Sean Payton doesn't want to be part of a rebuild either, right? So I don't know if he's going to go to a team. I don't think it's going to work no matter where he goes because he's not going to go somewhere where he is actually going to work, which I think would be something that would be like a long-term type of deal. He's going to go somewhere like Denver, who's like, well, I think we can get the most out of like.
I can see Denver, 100% Denver.
Right, and he's going to be like, oh, I can get the most out of Russell Wilson. But, the problem being that that would be Denver making the exact same mistake that I said that they were going to be making if they went and got when they went and got Russell Wilson. I'm like, Russell Wilson, I think, is still, a very talented quarterback who can still do a lot in the NFL. And he might even be able to do a lot for the Broncos. But how often do quarterbacks go from being, all pro, amazing Hall of Fame level quarterback to going to a new team and still being that right away? It's like the list is Peyton Manning, and that's about it. Like Drew Brees did great in New Orleans, but I mean, like, he was recovering from that shoulder surgery, and he wasn't playing up to that standard in San Diego near the end. So I know they won really quickly with Drew Brees in New Orleans, but Sean Payton, I don't think is going to have the patience to, especially with somebody like Russell Wilson. He's not going to have the patience, and it's just going to be one of those things that kind of like, goes up in a ball of flames if he goes to the wrong spot. Sean Payton, I think, could be a fairly good guy to go to, like, the New York Jets or something like that, right? And kind of, like eventually go get his guy at quarterback and kind of over the next like 2 or 3 years build a really good system. But they're not moving on from Robert Saleh, right? So, I mean, like, where would be a good destination for him? I mean, like, Mikey, don't kill me when I say this, but maybe Tampa Bay. Don't kill me. And also, that would never happen because the Saints would never trade him to the Buccaneers. Like, it would require like 7 first-round draft picks.
It'd be a ridiculous amount of talent to go back.
I kind of. By the way, I'm kind of like feeling this. I'm kind of feeling this. How about this? Lamar Jackson to the Saints.
That'd be interesting. Like Lamar Jackson replacing Andy Dalton. That seems like harmony. Mikey is not feeling the Tampa Bay comments. Sorry,
man, I need Darius Garland to get one more freaking. No, don't put Darius Garland on the bench. I need one more assist. I need one more assist for a double-double.
Hey, let's
that's $150.
Thomas, you got to stop this gambling, bro. You're an addict. We're calling a halt to it, bro. We're gonna do an intervention here live in the air, bro. No more gambling for you.
You're right.
He's like,
you're right,
you motherfucker. I'm gambling more. Double down, bitches.
No, I'm not. No. I've been burnt too much. I've been burnt way too much already. I'm already like, yeah.
Gambling's like, I don't mind.
We're just 1 point away, and just like, oh, I got it. And then people keep on missing these threes, and it's just like, God damn it. Evan Mobley, why are you pulling up for a 3? Take it to the whole bitch. Love you. I don't mean calling you a bitch in like a mean way of calling you a bitch, because like it's like, I love you, bitch. I'm gonna stop talking before I get canceled.
And here's the thing, bro. When nobody knows who the fuck we are, we can't get canceled. That's the beauty of this level.
Yeah, I can see it 10 years later. Thomas Sargent saying bitch on his podcast in 2023. Like you think people are more sensitive now? Man, give it 5 years. Give it 5 years.
Also, like,
it's not going to be. There's a tipping point here soon. It's not gonna. You're not gonna keep seeing this cancel culture go anymore for 5 years. This is 2023.
There's gotta be a tipping point, man. Because
yeah,
you gotta run out of people to cancel, right? Like we're canceling so many people that like you gotta be canceling your favorite person. Like nowadays, canceled. Well, I mean, Rick and Morty. Well, he did do some crappy stuff, but I mean, the whole thing is that what's gonna happen is you're gonna cancel so many people until everything's bland and people are like, ugh. Fuck that. I like the bad people.
Also, like, unlike, by the way, congratulations, Joe. I saw that post from you a couple months ago at this point. But we, however, like my channel and the Battle of Ohio podcast channel, neither of them are monetized yet. So what are they going to cancel?
Right, exactly. There's nothing to cancel.
I don't know. It's they. I'm scared of they. They are scared.
The same people who
whoever they are, they're scary. They're scary. They take a story with it and they run with it. I don't know where they go. I don't know who's listening to these people, but they are scary.
Once you get that fan base, though, like if somebody was trying to cancel me on YouTube, I'll just go live and my buddies would be like, whoever.
Can we cancel this
guy? YouTube's one of the funniest places like that. Go on anybody's stream without exception. I mean, there's here now and then when people are, fucking idiots like that Eliza Blue chick, but like most of the time, I mean, no matter what your thing is, your audience and subscribers are going to be with you like lockstep, dude. It's a crazy loyalty they have on YouTube, man. It's a different loyalty than it's like TikTok and all their bullshit. YouTube is where it's at, man. I love YouTube. I really do.
It's crazy how many. It's also crazy how many like accounts are out there too, man. Or like how many forums of videos out there. Like right now, I could watch an interview of Alex Jones and Kanye West.
Right.
Yeah, my God. But anyway, y'all, I think we're a little bit over an hour now. So I think unless you, Thomas, you or Joe, you got anything else to say about?
I try to get canceled.
All right, well, we're gonna stay on that then. But that's all we got for this episode of the Battle of Ohio podcast, y'all. Joe, love having you on the show, man. Love to have you on again at some point.
Oh yeah,
but, yeah. That's pretty much all we got for this one, y'all. So check us out as always. We got our own we're on the Spot Pod Network now, so go check them out. We have we're on Podbeam. I'm not sure what's going on with Spotify and Apple Podcasts just yet, but it's going to be what's going to be. But you can always find us on this YouTube channel. Go check out my YouTube channel, which is Kyle Phelps. I'm a lot more active on there now. Thomas, you can find him at T_star94 on Twitter and Instagram, and then Thomas J Network on YouTube and TikTok. And then Joe, where can they find you?
Square Table Degenerates on YouTube and Joe Vorrell on any social media, but the YouTube channel is the focus. Square Table Degenerates on YouTube. All kinds of great interviews, man. It's a fucking blast.
Oh, you got some great interviews, I think.
Joe, when you say your name really quickly and like, my ears kind of like don't hear the whole thing like all the way through, it kind of sounds like Joe Burrow.
It does. Joe Burrow. It's very similar. Same amount of letters too. 6 in the last name.
Yeah.
Hopefully his middle name's not James, is it? Because that's mine.
No.
I'm so sorry. I just missed that parlay. Hey,
Kyle, do you know Joe Burrow's middle name off the top of your head?
Lee.
Is it? Oh, you know it. Okay.
Well, it's because he's got that. It's because he's got that. There's that like parody account of him on Twitter, which was like they had like the whole Andrew Luck parody account, which was like a Southern general.
Oh, that was so funny.
Like
Andrew C. Captain Luck. Oh, that was so fucking funny.
They're doing something like that with Joe Burrow, and it's like Colonel Joseph Lee Burrow, and that's the only reason I know his middle name.
Oh, okay, nice.
That's fucking.
Damn, I was a fifth away from winning $150.
Oh, well.
But anyway, y'all, that's pretty much all we got for this one. So I'll leave y'all, as always, with a hootie.
Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Roof.
And Thomas is just sad.
All right.
I'm on $150 here. I'm going through it right now.
That was free money, bro. You didn't lose nothing.